Video can do amazing things for your business, but it can also be a bit daunting. How long should it be? Who should be in the video? How do you figure out the story? I'm Dan Bewley, and I'm here to answer your questions about video marketing in 15 minutes or less. Let's talk about some numbers. 244 million people watch digital videos in the US. 9 out of 10 viewers want to see more videos from brands and businesses. And 80% of marketers say video has directly helped increase sales. So as you can see, video is a powerful tool to reach your customers and supporters. It makes connections like no other medium can. So what are some of the best practices when it comes to putting together a marketing video? Well, before we get to the questions, I want to share 2 principles that guide every production I work on. First, less is more. This one is really important to me because it's natural to want to share as much about your organization as possible. But the reality is, the more information you pack into your video, the less likely people are going to pay attention and remember it. Think of it like this. You're at a party and someone you just met is talking up a storm. They're telling you everything, anything, and nothing. Talk about annoying. You can't get away from them fast enough, right? Well, you don't want your video to be like that guy at the party. Try to stick with one subject per video. If you have several subjects that you think are important, produce several videos. That gives you more content to share, and it increases the chances that your viewer won't tune out and will pay attention all the way through the end of your video. Second, people remember how they felt, not what they learned. You know your business inside and out, and the tendency is to pass on everything you know. But I challenge you to think about your marketing videos as a way to make a connection, not to share information. Tell a story that makes your viewer feel something. Maybe that's inspired, maybe that's happy, maybe it's sentimental. If you make your viewer feel something, they're more likely to develop an emotional connection with your brand. Once that happens, you've got someone who believes in you, and more likely than not, they're going to find a way to support you, whether that's by buying your product or making a donation. Now on to the questions. First up, what's the perfect length for a video? That's a great question and one I get asked a lot. The short answer is there is no perfect length. I believe the video should be as long as it needs to be. If you can tell the story in 2 minutes, tell it in 2 minutes. If you need 4 or even 5 minutes, then it should be longer. However, there are some guidelines I think you should follow. Think about your audience and where the video will be viewed. If it's for social media, there are 2 ways to think about it. If you're hoping something will go viral, or if the video is meant to catch eyeballs quickly, you want to aim for the 1-minute mark. If it's more story related or part of a series, it should be around 3 minutes long. And if you want to qualify for in-stream ads on Facebook, it needs to be longer than 3 minutes. If the video will be shown at a live event like a fundraiser where you have an audience, it's not going anywhere, it should be in the 2 to 4 minute range. That's a great length to tell a compelling story that captures and keeps your audience's attention. Now here's something to think about. Say you create a 4-minute video for a fundraiser. Why not take that one 4-minute video and break it down into 4 1-minute videos? That gives you 5 pieces of content to share at varying lengths. It's also a great way to A/B test and see which one performs better. Next question, who should we feature in our video? Well, the tendency is to feature your CEO or executive director. But I'm here to tell you, no one wants to see them. The focal point of your video should be the people who use your product or services. Those are the heroes of your story. The heroes put a face on your organization. The viewer will connect with them, and that's what we're going for. Tell the story of what you do through the eyes of the hero. Follow them through the process of using your services. Let the audience see how you have changed their lives. That is so much more powerful than a CEO reading a mission statement. Another question, is there a place for videos that don't tell a story but share a lot of information? Certainly. Well, my preference, though, is the narrative story, but an informative video is very effective. If your goal is to educate the viewer about your product or service, or if you want a how-to video, there's nothing wrong with an informative video. I mean, that's what this one is all about. A couple of things to keep in mind as you put it together, though. Remember, your viewer won't remember everything you put in there, so take your time, maybe go a little slower, and try to keep it as focused as you can. All right, next question. How do you get started? Well, like a lot of things, just getting that ball rolling can be a challenge. Start by looking at the small picture. It's easy to be overwhelmed thinking about everything you feel you need to do. But if you break it down, it'll be so much easier to cross that finish line. First question you should ask yourself is, what do I want the viewer to feel? Now, we talked about this earlier, but it's so important. When you have that answer, deciding who you want on camera, what you want them to talk about, and how you show them succeeding because of you should all fall in line. This is why I recommend to my clients that we go through my video marketing workshop. It is a deep dive into your brand that gets to the heart of all of those questions. On to the next one. How do I stand out against all of those other videos on social media? Well, when you're posting on social media, you're not just competing with the business or organization in your industry, you're competing with every other post on that site. From grandparents bragging about their grandkids to dogs rescued from a shelter, you're fighting for eyeballs against everything. So first of all, don't force a sell. That's the quickest way to lose your audience. Second, think about the feels. I know I sound like a broken record, but how your viewer feels after watching your video is the most important thing. Third, start off strong. You only have a few short seconds to get your viewers' attention. We're talking the first 3 seconds. Don't worry about telling your story in chronological order. Put something strong and eye-catching at the very beginning, and then at the end, make sure you include a call to action. It could be a website, email, phone number, or QR code, something for the viewer to do after they watch your video. That's it. That's all the time we have this time around. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to learn more, or if you're looking to start a video marketing campaign and could use a little help, visit bewleyproductions.com and schedule your free consultation call today. Thanks again. See you later.